guys are in for a treat tonight. Thank you so much. We're gonna have a great show this evening. Our first artist tonight is the incredibly talented Joy Conaway. She's a singer-songwriter who loves telling stories through the sounds of her music. Her whole goal is to bring joy through her talent and giving it to you. Please give her an Atlanta-rousing welcome. Put your hands together, Joy Conaway.
My name is Joy Conaway. I am an indie artist, vocalist in Atlanta, and I've been singing all of my life. Grew up a church kid, and in high school, I actually went to arts high school. And I kind of started developing, I guess, my singing voice in high school. I didn't really consider artistry until college. So it's maybe about 10 years kind of doing my little artistry thing. Joy Conaway sound. Okay, so my sound, I would say acoustic, pop, I would say folk, and a little dash of singer-songwriter. Like, I'm not really like, I wouldn't consider myself like a mainstream artist. That's not what I'm doing it for. I really love writing and I really love like expressing myself that way. So it might not be a trendy song, but it's like a genuine song. Anytime I perform, anytime someone comes to one of my shows, I would hope that when they heard me perform or when they heard me sing, it was maybe like a pause on whatever bad moment they were having. And I know it sounds cliche and I know it sounds corny, but when people are like, hey, I really needed that song, or like, that really helped me, or, if, you know, like when I'm getting DMs, like this really brought me out of a dark place, that means something to me. Like, that's kind of the point of the artistry. This next song you're gonna hear is called Pretend, and Pretend, it was written and produced by a group called the Gigabots, and they actually helped produce my first EP called A Tale of Joy and Sorrow. And it's a love song. I feel like it's also a song about kind of missing each other, like in time. I loved you, you didn't love me. He loved me, I didn't love you. But I feel like mostly everyone would be able to at least relate to it.
I stood steady as a soldier should, taller than a redwood. I thought love was understood, and the weather came, it came, bringing to your heart disdain, water in your every pain. Now you say there's need for change in your life. Don't say you hurt me when I cry. Don't say you love me, then say goodbye. If we didn't intend to make it to the end, then why did we pretend to try? You said you love me till the sun won't shine. You said you love me till the sun won't shine. If we didn't intend to make it to the end, then why did we pretend to try? Blinded by the sun, but you say goodbye. Blinded by the sun, but you say goodbye. Problems small as a dewdrop, freezing in the middle of the summer. Whirlwinds of give and take and take. A tree can only bend so much, then break. You say that it's sunset, but I can see the morning shining, 'cause my heart says stay. And then you put on your shades. Don't say you hurt me when I cry. Don't say you love me, then say goodbye. If we didn't intend to make it to the end, why did we pretend to try? You said you love me till the sun won't shine. You said you love me till the sun won't shine. If we didn't intend to make it to the end, why did we pretend to try? Blinded by the sun, but you say goodbye. Blinded by the sun, but you say goodbye. Why didn't you say what you meant? 'Cause what you meant is that you loved me until you quit. And my heart came, but there you went. If we didn't intend to make it to the end, why did we pretend to try? You said you love me till the sun won't shine. You said you love me till the sun won't shine. If we didn't intend to make it till the end, why did we pretend to try? Blinded by the sun, but you say goodbye. Blinded by the sun, but you say goodbye. I stood steady as a soldier should.
All right, City Winery. All right.
My creative process, like when I'm really feeling a song, I'll write then and there. It'll usually maybe take like 15, 20 minutes to write a song. But sometimes I have to leave things and then come back. So for me, I like being around my plants, a little glass of wine, listening to the track over and over, and just like, what space am I in? What am I feeling? And I kind of put that into the song. honestly. And so I'm just sharing like a story. That's really kind of why I love artistry, like writing stories, and I'm a big Disney kid. So if I can incorporate like a story in my music, that's kind of what I'm going for.
I'll stand. Can I stand? Is it cool stand? Is it cool stand? It's not much, y'all. I'm 5'2". It's, you know. It's only so much. Okay. This is the fire. Yeah?
There's a love story that I've never told. Something you feel deep inside your soul. The kind of vibe they see because it shows. A small spark that you light within me. Never played with fire, but now I'm beginning to follow the light, to follow the fire. Out of the smoke, can we get higher? To follow the light, to follow the fire. Out of the smoke, can we get higher? You and me with you. The math is easy for 3 2. Walk with me like 1 and 2. Be with me, I'll live with you. You and me and us plus them. Subtract the bull for the win. 2 times 1 is 2 again. The 2 of us are perfect 10. And I'm not saying every day is perfect. You've been down the ride that makes it so worth it. Give me a pie upon your roller coaster. With a ride, let's cheers another toast. A small spark that you light within. You never played with fire. Now I'm beginning to follow the light, to follow the fire. Out of the smoke, can we get higher? To follow the light, to follow the fire. Out of the smoke, can we get higher? To follow the light, to follow the fire. Out of the smoke, can we get higher? You and me with you. The math is easy for 3 2. Walk with me like 1 and 2. Be with me, I'll live with you. You and me and us plus them. Subtract the bull for the win. 2 times 1 is 2 again. 2 of us is the perfect 10. To follow the light, to follow the fire, 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 fire. Out of the smoke, can we get higher, higher, higher? To follow the light, to follow the fire. Out of the smoke, can we get higher? To follow the light, to follow the fire. Out of the smoke, can we get higher?
It sounds like ATL, feels like ATL. I will say it is just a lot of different artists. I would say it is inclusive. I would say it is high energy. It is singer-songwriter, rock, pop, trap music, R&B. It's like a mesh of just different sounds and different vibes. I would say if your music is good, people will vibe with you. And that's the thing that I really love doing about like these type of shows.
Thank you. What we are experiencing tonight sounds like ATL, a series amplifying the rich musical scene that we have here in Atlanta. The next artist that I'm going to bring up is an award-winning indie singer-songwriter, all the way from Baltimore, but here now for 17 years. One of our own. Please put your hands together for the incredible Mr. Elliott Bronson.
My name's Elliott Bronson. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I think I got started on this path probably because my folks were big into music, both at home and in the church. There's a lot of gospel music and folk music and blues music around our house. My dad played piano and guitar, and I think it was just in the air, just kind of soaked it up. I didn't quite realize that was going to be my whole journey until a little bit later, but yeah, it was always around, so I think I just have it in my blood. You know, it's always tough to categorize your music and, you know, say I'm a folk artist, I'm a country artist, I'm an Americana artist, and all these labels change and they're fluid. I think for me, I was drawn to this style of music because it's so accessible and portable, and you don't really need other people to make it. I could take my guitar into my bedroom and close the door and write a song about what I needed to say to myself, and that was always empowering and liberating for me. So I don't know that I sought out folk music, but folk music kind of sought me out because it was a way I could express myself. And it was had a DIY like aesthetic to it. I also grew up kind of a punk rock kid, and I felt the same way. Like we could do it ourselves. We didn't need people in power. We didn't need the labels or big managers. We could just make the music. We could just go outside and make music. And so that's what drew me to it. I think we all of us artists, to some degree, go into this because we want to be seen, we want to be appreciated, we want to matter. The longer I've done this, what's become clear to me is that the thing that's most important is the connection that happens. When I sing a song, it's really important to me, telling my own story or something I care about, and someone else feels like it's their story too, and they have ownership in it even. I feel like that's the deepest level of what I do, and if I can hit that with one person each night, then I feel like I've done my job.
Well, baby got a new bass shoe. Baby got a new attitude. Oh, baby, I'm stuck in the mud with the North Georgia blues. Well, she put out all of her cigarettes on my nightstand the day that we met. Now I'm trying to remember November, she just can't forget. Well, it's easier when the sun don't shine. Do your time and speak your mind. Easier when the sun don't shine on you. See them coming for you, North Georgia blues. You're walking with a gun on a hill, tied me to the bow of the ship. Cold cock shell shock and land like biting a lip. Oh, it's easier when the stars burn out. Shut your mouth and hide your doubt. Easier when the stars burn out on you. See them coming for you, North Georgia blues. Oh, the wheels are coming on. Oh, the city man you saw. You know you need to get. Now quarter to nine, she came strutting across the Tennessee line with a rope and a policeman by her side. It's easier when the water rises. Shut your eyes and drift on by. Easier when the water rises on you. See them coming for you, those North Georgia blues. I see them coming for you, North Georgia blues.
One thing in my life that's been true is that I've always felt like a little bit outside of every group I was in, and Baltimore's a city of like outsiders. I think it's like we're not the North, we're not the South, we don't really know where we belong. And so I've always kind of had that with me, maybe even a chip on my shoulder a bit. And so that is, I think it pushed me into the arts, pushed me to be a writer, pushed me to figure out what is it I have to say. And it's not the same as Baltimore. Atlanta is very different, but there is this underdog mentality of the South, which I totally immediately connected with. And I feel like now Atlanta feels home. I've been here for 17 years. It feels more home than Baltimore even. No offense to Baltimore. Love B-more, but yeah, Atlanta's my home. I actually have a song called Atlanta, and it's about my whole journey moving here and then leaving here. I lived in Nashville for a couple years and then came back because this is the place I wanted to be. But it kind of has the arc of my own personal journey and story. Coming down here, working, at coffee shops, making no money, meeting a girl, getting engaged, getting unengaged, this whole thing I've been through here. And the funny thing is I wanted to write this song for a long time. I wanted to write a song about Atlanta. I've written a lot of songs about Baltimore. And I really wanted to write a song about living here, and it just didn't come. It was that block thing. It just wasn't happening. And as soon as I left and I moved to Nashville, I was there for a couple years trying to chase the songwriting thing in another path. And almost immediately, this whole song just fell right out of me. And it's so funny, sometimes we just need a little distance from something that we're going through or experiencing to be able to see it more clearly.
When I moved down here, wasn't much more than a kid, with promises broken and an accent I spoken that I thought I hid. And I got a place on Avery Street with a girl I barely knew in the seminary down the road. So long ago. Oh, Atlanta, summer lasts into the fall. No one's from here, but everyone comes when you call. I knocked on your door and you let me in. Now it's so hard to leave. It's all a part of me. Oh, Atlanta. So I took a job at a coffee shop working for tips. And I didn't make nothing, but I didn't need nothing back then. And I met a girl with a tongue like a blade. I gave her a ring, but the stone didn't stay in the setting. Are you forgetting me? Oh, Atlanta, summer lasts into the fall. No one's from here, but everyone comes when you call. I knocked on your door and you Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's been so many amazing songwriters that have come out of the Atlanta scene. There's this little club in Decatur called Eddie's Attic, which is this little mecca for songwriters. And even before I moved to Atlanta, I came down to play the open mic when I was like 20 years old at the Eddie's Attic open mic stage. And actually, it's a contest, and I won that open mic, and I got into this shootout, which is every 6 months. Everybody who wins gets together and competes for some money and some prizes. And a lot of great people came out of that club and that contest and that open mic stage, and Sean Mullins and Michelle Malone and John Mayer, and the Indigo Girls, who are, some of my favorite songwriters of all time. And so whenever becoming, friends with them and sharing stage with them is a sort of amazing little dream come true, because I saw them when I was like 14 years old on MTV, and I was like, I like this music, and I wasn't sure as like a little punk rock kid if I was allowed to like this folk music thing, but I couldn't help it. It just spoke to me.
When I moved to Nashville, I was doing this thing. I was trying to get a publishing deal, which is you try to get other people to sing your songs for their records, And in Nashville, they do this thing called co-writing. If you don't know what co-writing is, it's when you get together with a stranger, somewhere you've never been, sit down, tell them your life story, your hopes and your fears and your dreams, crank out a song in 3 hours, and no one ever sings it again. Came back to Atlanta. While I was there, I did write some songs for myself. Sometimes at the end of the day of writing a couple songs with strangers, I would come back to my place and I would write something just for me, like I used to do in my room when I was a teenager. And those are the songs I put on my record, like that last one, "In Empty Spaces." Thank you. And this one here, I literally sang this into my phone. It's about 1.5 minutes long. And I sang it pretty much the way I'm gonna sing it for you now. I didn't change almost anything. It just sort of came out whole, which is usually a good sign. But this song doesn't have a chorus, slows down in the middle. It's kind of weird. Nobody in Nashville's gonna sing it. It's my favorite song. And that would have been perfect, but it's down here. Downward modulation, rarely used in folk music. There's a mountain in my mind. When I sit all alone, I can see her, and she talks to me sometimes when I know that I really need her. Well, lately I'm not living right. I get hung up on the things that don't matter, but there's a pathway to the sky, like a bridge or a prayer or a ladder. Ooh, ooh. Do you know just what I mean, or do you think that I'm talking in riddles? Well, nothing much is what it seems. I knew that even when I was a little, back when I found a mountain in my mind. When I sit all alone, I can hear her. I used to think I was lost sometimes. Oh, but now I know I will always be near, 'cause there's a mountain in my mind. 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 Oh, there's a mountain in my mind. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been a pleasure.
Atlanta. Hope you're experiencing a great time tonight. I know I'm having a ball, loving every minute of it. And what you're gonna hear and experience is some more amazing music. And speaking of amazing music, up next we have amazing sister duo, singer-songwriters, whose music is shaped by their activism, their roots, and their ability to connect people around the world. Please give them an Atlanta welcome. Put your hands together now for Rising Appalachia.
My name is Leah. I go by Leah Song, but birth name Leah Smith. Sisters.
I'm Chloe Smith.
Same mama, same papa, like we like to say. Grew up really a stone's throw from where we're sitting right now. And Rising Appalachia is the name that we chose after doing a lot of work in stewing in our family's traditions. We had a bunch of folk and roots and soul and jazz music in our home. We started working on a recording project, and we had all these different names, you know, that we weren't sure what it would sit at. And I had a dream, and I called Chloe, and I said, I think I got the name, you know. We came to Rising Appalachia, we talked about it, and talked about its meaning, and it felt very true to what we are creating musically, which is sort of the foundations of a lot of the Southern and Appalachian root music, but also rising out of it, like a sturdy plant might grow out of its foundation, and using our relationship to world music and traditional music from all over the place to tell a more contemporary folk music story.
When we think of our sound, what separates that sound from other musicians, we honestly like to think more of what like brings us into other people's sound than what separates us. But you know, we consider ourselves folk musicians, which by its nature is like simple music by and for the people, which has always kept us humble and interested in like movements and things that are happening in the communities that we go to, and this sort of simple instrumentation and not simple lyrics, but message-based music. And so I think folk music, since the dawn of time of folk music, who knows when and where it started, but it's always been humble and kind of with the people, which has kept us sturdy in our own career doing this.
We are rolling on the river. We are rolling out to sea. Just me and my baby.
This is an original song that we wrote. It's called Stand Like an Oak. And it's about, we lived in New Orleans, like Leah said, and there were all these amazing, beautiful live oak trees, and very few of them got knocked over by the storms. And so it's just sort of an homage to this big, wide, beautiful, natural trees that bend in high winds, but they don't seem to break. So, little mantra for the times for us all.
Stand like an oak, an aspen, an alder. It's in you, don't falter. And if so, then I got you. Fake it, walk taller. Anything that makes you feel smaller, leave it by the angels of the waters. Push 'em up, push 'em up. Put away all care. Fold up your feet. Push 'em up, push 'em up. Put away your cares. Fold them, fold them. Fold up your feet. You said, come to this river. Give me your arms. There's nothing to be alarmed of. You said the more I know, the more I dig, and the more I return to myself around every bend. Push 'em up, push 'em up. Put away all cares. Fold them, fold them. Fold up your feet. Push 'em up, push 'em up. Put away all cares. Fold them, fold them. Fold up your feet. Push 'em up, push 'em up. Put away your cares. Fold them, fold them. Fold up your feet. Push 'em up, push 'em up. Put away your cares. Fold them, fold them. Fold up your fears, fears, fears. Leave 'em by the angels of the water. Leave 'em by the angels of the water. Leave 'em by the angels of the waters. Leave 'em by the angels of the water. Won't you leave 'em by the angels of the waters? Waters, angels of the waters. Won't you leave 'em by the angels of the waters? Waters, angels of the water. Won't you leave 'em by the angels of the waters?
waters, 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 waters. Yeah, what's our chemistry like on stage? I mean, we are sisters. There's only two of us. I envy all of the families that have lots and lots of siblings, you know, because imagine the family band if we had like 4-part harmony. But
Yeah,
there's two siblings in our family. But we do have like all the things that you hear about in sibling bands. We finish each other's sentences sometimes, or I'll skip to a low part and Chloe will jump to a high part without us having talked about it at all. You know, we'll forget the same line at the exact same moment in a song, you know, and I've also always thought about just the concept that our vocal cords are physically made up of the same material, you know, and so the resonance can do some things even when we're singing together where we can't quite figure out where the third voice is coming from, but there seems to be a third voice somewhere. So I love sibling music, and I've loved it since before we were making it, and it's just a really cool process to make music with family.
you rock 'em, daddy-o? Don't you rock 'em, daddy-o? Don't you rock 'em, daddy-o? Oh, daddy-o. Don't you rock 'em, daddy-o? 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 Oh, daddy-o. Daddy-o. Oh, daddy-o. Daddy-o. Oh, daddy-o. Daddy-o. Oh, daddy-o.
You know, if there was a dream venue, we actually a few years ago were able to play a show at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, and we brought our father in, and he did live painting. He's a visual artist, and our mother came in and played with us, guested in on the fiddle and vocals, and that was, you know, growing up, going to see every piece of theater and puppet show and everything that the Fox produced. That was a phenomenally, it was sort of like a feather in the cap moment.
It'd be fun to play at Grady High School.
Yeah.
Which is where we went to school, and when we were there, Wyclef came and played there in the auditorium, and we are certainly far from Wyclef, but it was just really fun for the kids.
Yeah.
And going to school there, it'd be fun to go share our music.
They might not like us
They
quite
might not
as
like
much
us,
as they
but
liked Wyclef,
It'd be
but
meaningful
like,
for us.
In a land of mad takers, can I be a mad giver? In the land of the forsaken, can I be a forgiver? Can I swim up river, keep the air in my lungs? When I hit the dam, I'll break it and sing to the ocean. Sing to the ocean. Sing to the ocean. Sing to the ocean. What are we gonna do with the wickeds of the world? Make magic, make magic, make magic. What are we gonna do with the smoke and mirrors? Make magic, make magic. What are we gonna do with the wickeds of the world? Make magic, make magic, make magic. What are we gonna do with the smoke and mirrors? Make magic, make magic. I see good people all around me, acting kindly, acting wisely. Open your eyes, what do you see? Those in power are meek in their ways. Say stop, we'll hold them back with the magic in our cook pots. Good people all around me, acting kindly, acting wisely. Open your eyes, what do you see? Those in power are meek in their ways. Say stop, we'll hold them back with the magic in our cook pots. What are we gonna do with the wickeds of the world? Make magic, make magic, make magic. What are we gonna do with the smoke and mirrors? Make magic, make magic. What are we gonna do with the wickeds of the world? Make magic, make magic, make magic. What are we gonna do with the smoke and mirrors? Make magic, make magic. We believe in warriors, but we don't believe in war. We'll arm ourselves in liberty,
arms outstretched at your door. And we believe in the righteous, in the sacred holy stone, and in the howl of hallelujah, in the gathering of the bones. If I could fight it, I'd write it, I'd have it all up in the score. No, it's not hairy, it's scary, I'm bearing. Oh, and now it's unbearing everything you got. All that magic in your cook pot will photosynthesize and meet you all up in the parking lot. And what are we gonna do with the wickeds of the world? Make magic, make magic, make magic. What are we gonna do with the smoke and mirrors? Make magic, make magic. What are we gonna do with the wickeds of the world? Make magic, make magic, make magic. What are we gonna do with the smoke and mirrors? Make magic, make magic. Make magic, 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 make magic.
Any audience that comes to see us, I honestly hope they just get like a piece of magic that they take home with them, either like with another audience member or through a harmonic moment or tuning out or tuning in, whatever, just some sort of like ethereal magic from music, which I always think is something that we're only sort of controlling. There's a lot of like other layers out there.
And that sounds like ATL. Do me a favor. Let them know how you feel. Give a round of applause to Rising Appalachia. Give another round of applause for Mr. Elliott Bronson. And give us one last great one for Miss Joy Conaway. Thank you so much on behalf of WABE for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it. Please continue to follow the series, Sounds Like ATL. You can look at the WABE site. And with that, thank you so much. Once again, I want to say thank you to the City Winery staff. And as you all know, to put on a production like this, it takes a lot of effort. There are a lot of people here tonight from WABE, camera crew, sound, and we want to say thank you to them. They've been here all day putting in a long day work. So with that, I will close, and this is the last time you see me. My name is Craig Garrett. Have a nice night. Enjoy.
WABE.